Okay, so the last bit of information on the difference, um, the calculating the percent of difference and seeing the final values for the three vector addition. The first thing I need to talk about is you'll notice here that in the previous video we had 0.05 as our angle. The thing that we have to realize is that we've got 180 degrees between this arrow and this arrow, and we've got that minus 5 degrees. So all I did was put the correction in there of 180 degrees. So in essence, there is between here and here 180 degrees, but this is at an angle of 0.05. So by adding the 180 degrees to it, I end up with that actual angle of 179. It would have perfectly been, it's 179.95. The perfect angle would have been the full 180 degrees, but because we have a y component of 9, it's going to be just a little bit off of the x-axis on the negative side. So that finalizes the angle relationship. So now what we need to do is look at our percent difference between the vector C, actually that should be vector A, and the resultant, okay, because vector C is down here. So vector A here and the resultant. So what we need to do is write the expression for the percent difference. It's a lot like the percent error, but we have a couple of other things that we have to take into consideration. The first off is in the numerator, we take the absolute value of the difference between vector A and the resultant. So vector A we had 200, the resultant we had 202. So we've got a difference there, which relates to grams. The difference in the two lengths, if you want to think of grams in terms of lengths, because that's actually what we're graphing here. If we'd have put units on there and done an actual paper product of this, you probably would have used centimeters and used that as your representation. So we're going to take the absolute value of the difference between those two magnitudes, 200 and 202, and then we're going to divide it by, again, the sum of the squares. We're going to take those two values, square them, sum them, and then take the square root. So in effect, we have created an average, a mean value for the difference between those two values. So when we do that, we end up with a value with a percentage. The last step that you do is you click the percentage key. You end up with a 0.7-ish percent difference between the two. Okay, so actually I can change that right here. I forgot in this mode I can do this. So vector A and the resultant is what we should have. So that should give you the final result for the first part of the lab, the 3 vector addition portion. You should have all of your terms now.